All right. The search for the most optimal Elder Deep-Fiend deck continues. We're trying a lot of different things here. So this card has Emerge, which means you need to sacrifice a creature to get a discount on it. And then when you do, so that means we want to be playing 3 and possibly 4 mana creatures to make Elder Deep-Fiend cheaper. So the core idea of this was I wanted to try pairing Elder Deep-Fiend with Kozilek's Return here, which is a 3 mana instant speed card that deals 2 damage to everything. But more importantly, the flavor text here. When you cast an Eldrazi creature spell that costs 7 or more, if this is in your graveyard, you can basically flash it back for free to deal 5 to everything. So Elder Deep-Fiend will trigger Kozilek's Return here. They don't buy viewers for their paper tournament, so I would believe that there's 10,000 organic people watching the Mythic Championship. Thanks for the 22 months, Whiskey Dingo. So my search was then, okay, what do I want to pair in red to make this Elder Deep-Fiend good? So Phoenixes seem sweet. So Flamewake Phoenix here is a 2/2 flying haste that has to attack each combat if able. And then it has Ferocious. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, if you control a creature with 4 power or more, you can pay a red to bring this back. So you can emerge off the Flamewake, and then Elder will bring back the Flamewake. We also have Rekindling Phoenix here, which is great to emerge Elder Deep-Fiend off of, and it's another 4 power creature to bring back Flamewake Phoenix. Then we've got our different adventure creatures here that have been excellent, Bonecrusher Giant and Brazen Borrower. And then I've got a couple of Champion of Wits here, which I'm unsure if this is the ideal extra 3-drop here, but we do have like cards like Flamewake Phoenix and K-Return that we don't mind drawing and discarding, so that can give us an extra thing that way. It could be possible that Filigree Familiar is better than Champion of Wits, but I also think there's going to be longer games where we get to eternalize this, which seems good. We have Lightning Axe here at the bottom end of our curve because we do have 8 cards that we don't mind discarding with it. And we've got a couple of Izzet Charms for a little bit more looting value and just utility as well. The mana base is a bunch of blue-red duels with a couple of Fumaroles, a couple of Mutavaults, a couple of Sanctum of Ugin. People are asking if this was a viewer submission or this is... I've built and deleted like 12 different Elder Deep-Fiend decks over the course of the last week. And this is the first one that wasn't blue-green Eldrazi that I didn't delete after I was done. And I was like, all right, the curve here looks okay. The power level of our cards looks okay. So let's dive on in and see how it goes. I built a deck similar to this, and then you listed a bunch of cards that are in no way similar to this. Weird. Rekindling Phoenix, if you can copy the token and have 2 in the bin, will 2 come back? Yes. US CG Walker, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. I appreciate you keeping me around. The curve on this deck is really ugly when you don't move the adventure creatures down to the 2 slot. It's got a lot of 2s in it, a lot of 3s in it. I have drafted up a lot of Teamer variations, but the problem and the reason why I haven't played any Teamer variations is because the big draw to playing green in this archetype is that you get to play Land War Elves, but the draw to red is playing K-Return, and K-Return and Land War Elves don't work well together. Yeah, you get Once Upon a Time too, but I don't think that's reason enough. Yeah, Science is here for like utility. We have 8 cards that get value out of our graveyard, so like it makes Scion's +1 a little bit better that way. Oko's okay, but like again, like you look at these decks and like the Elder Deep-Fiend wants to have a bunch of 3 mana things in it, so like you just get glutted at the 3 mana slot on your curve is the issue. So like you want a bunch of 3s. How do you tackle brewing in a brand new format like this? I'm willing to put in the legwork, but I felt overwhelmed. Just play something aggressive. Aggressive. That's why all my brewing so far for decks that I might play in early tournaments has been centered around this card, because it's a card I like, but it's also a card that goes in a lot of aggressively slanted decks. Combo and aggro decks tend to be better in newer formats that you're not 100% sure what people are doing in them. I think I'm just hanging out for now. I don't know exactly what they're doing. Perfect. It's exactly what I wanted for Christmas, chat. Yeah, that's good advice too. One of the key things when you're testing any new format, whether it's standard or pioneer, you don't want to be thinking specifically about what decks you're playing, but you want to be focusing on takeaways from what you're learning from the decks and which synergies and cards in general feel good. I think I'm just going to K-Return to kill this Mantis Rider. Just use all my mana this turn. Getting K-Return in the bin sounds super appealing, because flashing K-Return back is probably going to be good, but the front half probably doesn't kill a whole lot of what they're doing. I do still have a blue-white frame. Good call. Let's fix that. I tried playing Wretched Gifts, and then I realized that Emerge doesn't default come with Flash. It does not. Yeah, probably Human Company. Cute. Some kind of 5-color brew? So I'm gonna petty theft this. Yeah, we've played a bit of zombies, and it felt pretty good. Can you get Fatal pushed here? Gonna try and trade here. I think we might be getting Fatal pushed. No? Okay. Charming Prince. Okay. We've not Matematic. Not a fan of K-Return taking out your Phoenix token when you emerge off it. That's not how that works, Mimiki. You choose how those triggers stack. You get to pick what you do with those triggers, because they happen at the same time. It works exactly how you want it to work. So when we emerge off of Rekindling Phoenix with Kozilek's Return in the graveyard, we choose the order that the Phoenix making an egg and Kozilek's Return triggers stack. It works exactly how we want it to work. When A person has multiple triggers that are placed on the stack at the same time. The controller of those triggers chooses the order in which they go on the stack. This is obligated to attack. Wonder if they'll eat their prince to gain 5 here. I don't know. Maybe I'm not even supposed to do that. I'm just supposed to, like, let their thing happen. I don't know. It feels like we're winning with just our Phoenixes here. Yeah, this deck is just like a blue-red Flyers deck too. Like has a bunch of idiots in the air. In fact, the Royal Scions might be bad in this deck, if only because all of our creatures are flying, so we don't have a lot of good ways to defend them. The Delvers are always flipped, yep. Are they dead to EDF plus Stomp? Are they? They're at 16, right? So that's 9, 10, 11, 13. So it doesn't look like it. They're probably dead next turn without even flashing back K-Return, though. Yeah, the problem is, like, if we're not keeping the board super in check, and maybe K-Return keeps the board in check enough, but, like, if we're not keeping the board in check, the Scions are just gonna, like, draw, discard a card, and, like, gain 6 life, which is not great. Yeah, my pause there was me counting to see if we could kill them through them gaining 4. Hey, Rabbit, thanks for being here. Why did we time out click? Can we fix that? So as you can see here, we get to choose the order these triggers happen in. All right, so Redcap Melee, which is my last second edition here, is actually excellent in against whatever our opponent's playing, huh? This kills Dreadhorde Butcher, it kills Mantis Rider. Aether Gust also looking kind of appealing here. This is probably an Izzet Charm out matchup. I don't know that shocking their stuff seems particularly good. I don't think this is a Digger Stroke matchup. I think I'm going to trim Royal Scions. Like I said, I think they can apply pressure to this. I'll leave one in. Let's see how they feel. We'll leave one in. Let's try this. I'm excited for this deck too. This deck is playing a lot of cards that I would like to be playing in this format, so I hope it's good. That's like my line for like things I work on. I like when people like are asking like, how do you figure out what you want to do in this format with so many things? Find a couple of cards that you really just enjoy playing and then play them in everything. And eventually you'll figure out that they're reasonable somewhere, or maybe they're bad everywhere, you know? But you gotta put in the legwork to try and figure it out. I don't know what that is. I really don't play games outside of... I really don't play many games outside of Magic. The only non-Magic game I play these days is like Mythgard, which is why I took the sponsorship offer when they offered it, because I was playing Mythgard anyways, so I was like, yeah, I'll take some dollars, just add it to the stream schedule. I was occasionally playing Overwatch, but then Blizzard was Blizzard, so you know. What are my non-Magic hobbies? I have 2 kids and a wife. Do those count as hobbies? I feel like I should be allowed to count them as hobbies. Jake started Cub Scouts this year. He's a Lion Scout. So Christy and I actually met through scouting. So we've been doing that. They do at least, they do a couple meetings a month, and they go on a hike every month. Do a couple of camping trips over the course of the year. Sounds more like a full-time job. You're not wrong. Oh. Yeah, actually, Christy and I grew up in the South Chicago suburbs. And, like, we hadn't really done any outdoorsy type stuff in this area where we live now. So, like, getting to explore lots of new trails and stuff within, like, an hour of where we live has been fun. I have 1 child, and I'm convinced anyone that wants more than one's a psychopath. You're not just wrong. About to get Niv Mizzited? Niv Mizzet doesn't make sense though, right? So I think I just Aether Gust this, and then I'm gonna untap and K-return them. Because they don't have a 5th color if I get rid of the goose. Drew another one. Do I just pass now? Yeah, I think I just pass. Like, they could make a food, but I could also, like, get more value out of these. I play other board games sometimes, that's true. The frequency of that varies. Varies a lot, though, season to season. Sure. Sure. A bunch of stuff feels like it aptly describes what the opponent is doing. My son watches me way too closely. He grabs the Xbox controller and screams at the TV. Do you scream at the TV while you grab at your Xbox controller? Is that what you're trying to tell us? If I said no, would you believe me? I don't. It'd be a tough one. All right, let's see what they get here. They have Brazen Borrower and Aether Gust. I'm gonna let this resolve this time. Maybe get us into trouble here. What's your big scary? This gets in instant, sorcery, or creature out of their deck and cast set that costs 5 or less because they paid 5 colors for it. Are they a Niv deck? Like, they have Mantis Rider and Butcher of the Horde. So, like, Niv only gets things that are exactly 2 color combinations. Yeah, it could just be Siege Rhino. It is in fact just Siege Rhino. Sure. Let's put that one back. Aether Gust is really good in this format, by the way. So I'm going to cast this, and this will bring back my Flamewake Phoenix. Like, my opponent's down to 1 card in their hand here. So, like, with the Brazen Borrower and these Bonecrushers, we could potentially race them. Have we played a Rhino deck yet? We played a pretty medium Rhino deck. We've not played 4-color Battle Rhinos, though. Or whatever this opponent's doing. They might have just F6 their turn. I think they might have just F6 their turn by mistake. Yeah, they put Rhino on top. I think they might have just F6 their turn. It's a pretty good draw. So we're at 19. They're going to gain 3 more. I'm going to loot with this. Whatever 4-color Rhino bust could turn out. Maybe that's what I'll do. I haven't had a chance to sit down. I built a party bus deck that had Felidar Guardian in it, and then they banned that card. So I need to sit down and build a party bus deck. Where's the Lightning Axe when you need one, chat? Going to 6 here might be a little loose. They're going back up to 13. I'm going to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage potentially next turn. Yeah. Yeah, but letting a second Rhino be lethal is probably a mistake. Yeah, I think I played that last turn wrong. We're gonna peel a Rhino and kill us. And I deserve it. I think this game was unlosable if I play properly. Oh, we're gonna get mana screwed in the 3rd game because that's how this always works. Throw an unlosable game away and then get mana screwed. Yep. I'm not dead yet. Are you ready? Bonecrusher's ready. I think we did it. Yeah, the adventure cards are very good. The adventure cards are very, very good. How long has it been since you last played actual Kozilek? I have no idea. Probably the last time we played Tron and Legacy. Oh, you know what? We haven't restarted yet. These people are great by their stuff. I'm gonna restart Moto really quick here. We've been live for 4 hours. It's not every 90 minutes like Magic Arena, but just a second. I should have done this in between the last ad break. The fact that these adventure creatures fill out 2 points on your curve is a big deal. So like the fact that like the Bonecrusher is like a 2 and a 3 is huge. That was match one. So they were okay there, I guess. We got two. We have a number of ways to control the board here. We did jump up to 1,200 people. Thanks everybody for being here today, hanging out while we play on Magic the Gathering's premier play client, Magic the Gathering Online. This is fine. Not super exciting, but fine. Bottom the second Eldrazi. I think Moto runs better than Arena. I mean, sure. But that's kind of like saying like the version of Minesweeper runs better than, I don't know, a 3D video game, right? That's so super awkward. Just like the only 2 Shivan Reefs in my deck against the mono red deck. Yeah, exactly, Ian. You get timing benefits with them, which is huge. Wati doesn't even have Historic listed in the Gather. Yeah, of course not. Historic doesn't exist. Just literally doesn't exist. And that's the problem. The issue is not that, again, like, I think reasonable people should not be upset that Pioneer's not an Arena, because getting Pioneer to run an Arena is a huge undertaking. I think reasonable people should be upset, though, that Pioneer, or that Historic is not supported. So we're going to 12 here. I'm just going to go ahead and K-return now, I think. Just clear this out. Whether or not of course Wall of Roots is still broken. Are you new here? Huh? Do I champion or do I just lightning axe this? It might be right to just lightning axe their threat, huh? These Shivan Reefs are going to be the death of us. Could have just, like, drawn any other blue land, any other duel. Good Lord. It's unfortunate. If they don't kill our thing and we hit an untapped land here. Okay, sweet. There might be merit to waiting on this in case they draw a haste creature. So I do get to flashback the K-Return here. So this trigger will do 5 damage to everything and exile the K-Return. And then I'm at 10 here, and I've got the Scions coming. So, like, I have a relatively quick clock, even though they're still at 20 at the moment. Yeah, a little punish here. Sweet. I think it's right to attack them here, even if they draw. Like, we're through 3 Swift Spears already. Like, a lot of their haste threats are down at this point. Light them up. We're on fire. Do 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 do. I think I just cast this and smacked them for 5. Abbot of Carol keeps a sweet one. Competitive Orza build. Yeah, we played a black-white control deck. That was pretty sweet. So they can shock this. Dreadhorde Arcanist shock this, but then they take 4 to do that because Bonecrusher Giant deals 2 whenever you target it with a spell. I think we're more controlling than that, silly cheese. Like, I know we have some aggressive things, but, like, our deck's, like, pretty interactive for the most part. Maybe Risk Factor could be an okay sideboard card if we're worried about control decks in this format, but I'd be surprised if that's better than Dig. If they double shock the Bonecrusher Giant to get in with the Dreadhorde Arcanist here, if their last card's a blank, they're actually dead to Scions giving Trample, which is sick. Just going upstairs, yep. Hey, Brute, thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Huh? So, I think I just Scion, give Trample, smash them, right? Do I attack with Bonecrusher or Elder? Because this only triggers on spells, right? So having a bigger butt seems good here with Elder Deep-Fiend. And, like, they're going to be dead next turn regardless, right? It's 1 less damage, I guess. I could kill Abbot and swing and force the block on the Arcanist. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like that line. If we lose this game, it's definitely because we drew 2 Shivan Reefs. Drawing 2 Shivan Reefs there was real awkward. So I have a bunch of cards to bring in here. Bunch of goodies. I think K-Return and Flamewake are both a little medium. I probably want to trim some EDFs if I'm cutting these. Is Is this plan trimming too many threats? I guess I'm also, if I'm cutting, I still have 10 things that trigger Stubborn Denial. What do we think of this? It doesn't kill their dudes if they have a single prowess trigger, though. It doesn't kill their dudes if they have a single prowess trigger. Let's try this. It might be right to leave all these in, honestly. Scions could also be too cute. They just leave a couple of these in because they're value with Lightning Axe and they give us extra emerges. I take a lot of things for granted, but I just had to teach a coworker how to attach files to an email. Hey, at least it's Friday, right? At least it's Friday. Oh, easy mulligan here. Yeah, this is great. We'll bottom Fumarole here because we might want to soft stub on one. Opponent went to 5. We're probably just bouncing this with Borrower. If it nurses respond to me telling them to right-click with, I'm using my right hand. I mean, what do you want them to do? Use their wrong hand? That's just silly. It's also possible I'm supposed to just stomp this in response to that prowess trigger. Just do this now, not give him the chance to blow me out. And then, next turn I get to, like, play Bonecrusher Giant with Stubborn Denial up. Which that just seems thoroughly absurd, right? Go. Gosh, I hope this deck is great. Does anybody remember, did anybody else cast Stubborn Denial with Thunderbreak Regent back in the day? Anybody else remember that experience? Was I the only one here doing that? Because that definitely just gave me flashbacks to that. It's like, target your Thunderbreakers. All right, trigger, you take 3. Stubborn Denial, you. Yeah, it's very close, right, Brad? I hadn't drawn that conclusion, that parallel before either. All right, and now I just sack this and tap their stuff. Triggers. All right. 2040. Crappy creatures with flash. Mediocre blue-red cards. Feels like home, chat. Feels like home. No, definitely not Win Magus. Deck's gonna have enough clunky cards without those. Remember, if you can't watch all of this or if you missed any of the first couple matches, it all goes up on the YouTube channel and the website tonight. How about Sulfur Falls here? Maybe it's greedy to keep the Mutavault. I don't know. I've got 2 blue-red duels. Seems fine. Now I want to replace Phoenix with Thunderbreak Regent for the heck of it. I mean, we could probably build a Bonecrusher Thunderbreak Regent deck, right? Nobody's saying we can't do that, chat. All right, so I want to draw like a Flamewake Phoenix here. I don't know about this Champion of Wits. Feels a little eh. I don't know. I guess that feels okay. Yeah, that's bare bread. It's probably going to be great in the longer games, and it's smooth. It smooths the draws okay in the early. If you're a modern background pioneer's cheap, it cost me like $50 to finish this. Yeah, it's not like you're buying $100 fetch lands to finish decks. Hey, Luncho, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope you're having an excellent Friday wherever you're at. Thanks for chipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. All right, so I have a couple of choices here. It's probably just squid them, right? I think I'm not going to tap them off their lands. I'm going to wait and see if they commit another creature to the board. Yeah, I could also like Royal Scions and like I'm also not sure Royal Scions are good in this deck for the explicit reason that like between Champion of the Wits and Elder Deep-Fiend and like my creature lands, I have a lot of utility. Or I have a lot of things that like use my lands as we go along. So I'm like not really sure that we need a way to loot, if that makes sense. More ways to loot. I don't know, I've got a bunch of flying creatures, so like I feel like evasion isn't really a problem. Of course we're gonna tap the clue, come on now. Goodbye, friends. Have I mentioned that Mutavault's great yet today, chat? I feel like I haven't. Yeah, they're good. They're good at pushing damage here. Like they're gonna be good for that. So that's great. Like I've got Brazen Borrower here still too. Their creatures just died to Kozilek's return. which is the reason why we're playing blue-red Eldrazi. Yeah, that's true, Brad. They have a lot they have to interact with here. And I agree with you that they probably have another Murderous Rider because they played the first one out on 3. Abrupt Decay, sure. Yeah, I only need one more land drop to Eternalize, right? Because I've already got land number 6 lined up. And this being able to Eternalize is why I didn't loot there, and I chose to be aggressive. So if they play a creature, we'll bounce it. If they don't play a creature, we'll fire up Wandering Fumarole and smash them. I suppose this does expose my land to Fatal Push here, which could keep me from Eternalizing for a turn, but like, when they're taking another hit from this, they're not cracking their clue. I don't know. I like using my mana this turn. Their Hissing Quagmire is a little annoying. That can trade with my EDF if they want. And I can't bounce that because this is explicitly non-land permanent. Yeah, Tireless Tracker's Clues enabling Revolt is good. We've seen Food enables Revolt really nicely too. It means you get to move to Beverly Hills. That's what being a Shillionaire means. Because you know it's where you want to be. Should we have bounced the clue to bait them into cracking it? Yes. Yes, that is an A+ suggestion. In response to them activating the Hissing Quagmire, we should bounce the clue so that way they either have to take 5 or lose their clue. That is a super heads up play. Thank you for pointing it out. Can we pour one out for creature lands, by the way, chat? Sure, but then they take 5. And like if they counter Brazen Borrower and take 5 there and don't kill the EDF, that's a huge win for us. Do you think our EDF is good against their Fatal Push Abrupt Decay deck, by the way? What the actual fuck? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How is that real? That's not even real. This opponent's been hurt by Soul Flare. You've been hurt by Soul Flare, haven't you, opponent? Oh, their season's passed. Yeah, I bet they are. That's actually a good read. So like that cute one of means they're a deck with a tutor in it. That's actually a very heads up observation. Love it. Chat's on point today. This is game 1, chat. Yeah, that's the little thing. Realizing little things like that are so super valuable in these non-rotating formats. Being able to like go, oh, Crypt Incursion means they're on seasons past. Like that's huge. Like you will gain percentage points in formats like this by being able to make those observations. They've not seen any Phoenixes yet. Seasons Past is a 6-mana sorcery, and the Seasons Past archetype is generally headlined by playing the card Is it Demonic Pact? Is Demonic Pact the tutor that they play? It's a tutor that gives you 3 black mana. Dark Petition. Dark Petition, that's what. Demonic Pact's the enchantment. Dark Petition's the card that they play. So they're a Seasons Past Dark Petition control deck. So if they fire this up, we will Izzet Charm it before they get to blocks. They try and play some kind of clunky, like Vraska's Contempt here. So before blocks, I'm going to go ahead and shock this with Izzet Charm. I'm using Izzet Charm to kill this rather than Bonecrusher Giant because Bonecrusher Giant can hit their face. I top 8'd an open with Abzan Seasons Past. Alright, so like, all of this potentially? What are we cutting? Izzet Charm does not hit the face. Do we want to cut the K returns? Yeah, I guess it was just Murderous Rider and Tracker. That's fair. Axe and K return both seem medium. You played Shambling Vent in the white version. Have I mentioned that I love creature lands? Yeah, Scales deck seems really good. Maybe Stroke's not good enough. You just like Stub plus Gust enough here. Stub plus Gust might be enough, plus Izzet Charm. Yeah, I think we played Sorin Grim Nemesis. You mostly played white for Shambling Vent. The fact that you like got to play Sorin and stuff too was like upside. You played it for Shambling Vent. Now, Royal Scions sounds great against their control deck. And I think Champion of Wits is fine here too. Like, I know that it was like funny that we got Crypt Incursion, but I think keeping 2 of these is fine. Like, this is the style of matchup where we want this card, where it's like going long and we're going to eternalize it. Speaking of which, cards people aren't playing enough of yet. I was watching Evar's stream last night, and he was playing Esper Control with 0 creature lands in it. Play more creature lands in your mid-range decks, people. And here's the deep, dirty secret to creature lands that you may not know. If you don't think your deck can afford to play another tapped land, cut a spell and play the creature land. That's why they're good. They're lands that are also spells. I'm going to say this, and we're not going to win another game, but we've yet to lose a game. We're heading into game 2 of match 3. It's been awesome. Not even just because we're winning, but the games have been sweet too. This deck's playing a bunch of cards that I love to cast. We got 5-0 in games, 2-3 in the league coming up. We know if we start losing from here, it's Gecko Pirate's fault. No Polo, I'm triggered. Thanks for the 15 months Thopter gifts. I appreciate the tier 2. Would you believe that a side effect of my entire family having the plague is that there are giant piles of laundry in my upstairs right now? Because I definitely ran out of clean polos. I apologize for the lack of professionalism. I think I'm just going to chill here. Like, hit my land drops. I mean, the blue-green Eldrazi deck is fine. I just want to keep trying things. Sweet. And now that gives me value when we bin it, so that sounds good. Huh? Do I bin? I think I just bin Izzet Charm here. Enemy creature lands are legal in Pioneer. Yeah, I think there's a good chance the first Scion gets Murderous Rider or Abrupt Decay. Sure. That's sweet. Is it? Huh? So, they could have Fatal Push here. If they have Fatal Push, they can push my Rekindling and then Liliana the Egg, though. So I think I'm going to Scions, activate Mutavault, plus on the Mutavault, and try and kill this Liliana. They're going to get Fatal Pushed. Gross. We know they have 5 spells because they missed a land drop earlier. I don't know. I think this is fine. If I, like, draw any untapped land next turn, I can Rekindling Phoenix and then, like, bring back Flamewake. Thanks for the 13 months, Cover, and I appreciate it. Welcome back. Hopefully, if they have a removal spell for Scion, it's a trophy, and we get to get a basic. To the slaughter. Yeah. Land. Untapped land. Ding. Your Phoenix bringing back a Phoenix feels real good. It feels like home, Punchworthy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. If they have a removal spell for Phoenix, they can kill the egg with Last Hope here, which kind of sucks, but I think I definitely need to do what I did here. Want to pressure their Planeswalker off the table. Well, that bodes well for us. That says they're not killing my stuff. If Oglandi had a currency, EDF would be on the dollar bill and Tempo Fairies would be on the change. We've got Tempo Fairies too. Okay. Send that back from whence it came. Kill your Last Hope. The Kalitas is pretty scary. Kalitas could be a reason. Kalitas could be a good reason to leave some K returns or lightning axes in. You know what's also possible? I've got dig through times in my sideboard. I think there's a real chance that the ideal. I think there's a real chance that I would like a copy of Chandra 4 in my sideboard. So Eternalize brings us back as a 4/4, so then I draw 4 cards and discard 2 cards here. I already played a land for the turn, so I can't hold up Stub regardless. That being said, I think I want Stub here, right? Is Phoenix not good enough because they have Kalitas in play? I think I'm just binning Sulfur Falls, Rekindling Phoenix here. Is that crazy? It could be Aether Gust, Sulfur Falls, and then next turn I can play 2 things if I draw a land and hold stuff up still. It's definitely Sulfur Falls. And then I'm pretty sure it's between Gust or Rekindling Phoenix. I think I just want all my threats. No, I think I'm supposed to keep Giant, because if I draw an Izzet Charm or another Giant, I can kill their Kalitas. Like, why do I want Gust at this point? It's like just Seasons Past, basically. Yeah, but like, the Giant's just a little bit of reach here, too. I think we're gonna get Dark Petition for Languished here. Yeah. I suppose they could have Ritual of Soot as well. Languish deals with the Kalitas, but they get 3 zombies. Well, I have Stubborn Denial for Seasons Past, chat. So I assume they have some kind of sweeper here. The question is whether or not it's Languish or Ritual of Soot. If it's Soot, they keep the Kalitas, but I keep Phoenix, but that's probably better for them. The question is if they're playing both those sweepers or not. This is a creature token, not a token of the creature. A creature token and a token of a specific creature are different things by the rules of Magic, so this does not have a converted mana cost. You did not see Soot in the 5/0 list. Well, they can't Crux of Fate unless they have a land. So I think they need a 4-mana sweeper here. I assume they have Languish. They're just going to, like, Languish, make some things. They have, like, a piece of spot removal here, too. Like a Murderous Rider. Sure. Okay. Are you ready? Bonecrusher's ready. So we're definitely taking one of those. And then, do I take the other stub? I could take the Izzet Charm here. Yeah, we're 1 damage short of lethal. They're at 12, and I can attack for 5 and deal 6. So I'm going to spend 4 mana to kill their Kalitas. So I'm going to have 2 mana up here. And notably, I do not currently have Stub active. So there might be merit to taking Izzet Charm because of that. Thanks for keeping up the good Pioneer content. My wallet doesn't like it, but I do. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Yeah, if they go land Seasons Past, I have to double stub it. Hey, did we get a host from somewhere? Did I miss a host? My activity feed. We jumped up. Someone must have signed off or must have gotten a host. Did I miss one? At any rate, welcome to everybody who's hanging out here today. Sure. I guess that's actually pretty scary. They started up standard, that's why you do. Oh, do they go on lunch break? We've outlasted my job. Actually, you know what? Was I supposed to take the third Bonecrusher Giant so I could kill them in 2? I think that's what I was supposed to take the third Bonecrusher Giant so they were dead in 2 in the air. Because the second Kalitas is actually kind of troubling. If their last card's Fatal Push and I shock this, I get in trouble. But I think I have to shock this, and I need my mana next turn. If they have like a removal spell here. Yep. Yeah, I messed this up. We aren't just dead, but we're definitely worse off than we otherwise would be. Charm does not hit players. All right, they can lifelink for 5 here, but that's not enough, right? Because I got 9 power in the air. This can sacrifice their zombie token to get +2/+2. I think I probably want some way in my 75 to kill Kalitas in these matches. And my Chandra 4 might be the answer. Chandra 4 might be the answer. I could just be leaving in some Lightning Axes too, or some Kozilek's returns. Figure out like post-board. Basically, I need to figure out like what post-board, what Kalitas answer do I want against these black decks. I think I probably want an answer that's not like double shocking it. Hey Viper, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. What does chat have to donate? Make you want instant speed to play around. Yeah, it could just be leave 2 Lightning Axes in. Because I can like loot through the Lightning Axes with Izzet Charm and Royal Scions. It's like leaving a couple axes in is probably fine in that matchup. This is just very rough draft. Haven't gone over ins and outs of anywhere. To answer your question, what it would take to get a run back if we managed to 5-0. For starters, we're very unlikely to 5-0. But second, the top deck in the queue after this has 78 points. So probably beating that if I was going to do another league after this. But I think I'm probably going to be done after this one. The green-red deck was okay. The sideboard was off by a number of cards, but the core idea felt very reasonable. We did win last game. You're safe. Ipnu Rivulet over a basic island for late. What do you mean? Well, how is Ipnu Rivulet late game? What does that do? I feel like I must be stupid missing something. 'Cause I don't understand. Points are the number of dollars donated plus the number of days waiting to be played. Well, I assume that's a good draw since they thought Seed's the first one. Our deck's unplayable, chat. Our deck's unplayable. For anybody that was wondering. I laugh because the alternative is crying. Elder Deep-Fiend, yep. Yep. It's been good so far. It's felt cohesive. Yeah, can we just, like, start eroding things like Lightning Axe to, like, kill Planeswalkers? Is that an option? I'd be in for that. It's a shame I don't have a Mutavault and can't, I think we're gonna be okay here. We're at least gonna beat the first one. Oko turned the Tron button into an Elk button. EDF on upkeep because no double black. No, then they get to Oko. Then they get to Oko my Deep-Fiend bread. And I'd prefer to, like, attack past their blockers and stuff, basically. That's super unfortunate. This is good sequencing on their part. I think I just have to EDF in response. They get to float mana now, though. So, like, max punish for my decision. Am I gonna go find a friend here? I think I am. So if they elk this, I can Brazen Borrower a blocker. Wow, they have nothing? That's so good for us. Big fan of nothing. Do I just, like, play Rekindling Phoenix here? I think I do. They could have second Oko. Because it's technically correct to always float. Trail of breadcrumbs. Standard staple. So, I had a single smasher in here at one point, but the number of colorless sources you have to play to reasonably support a smasher is, like, it's pretty high. The Sultai Cat deck that Decandio was playing, he was playing Deadweight. Seems like a weird removal spell. Enchantment says, whenever they sacrifice a food, they can pay one extra to look at the top two cards of their deck, reveal a permanent from among them, and put it into play. I think I'm happy with both the cards in my hand for now. Am I? Could Lightning Axe use a potential upgrade? Sorry, put it into your hand. Did I say into play into your hand? I meant into your hand. That draws it. Psh. It upgrades your food into clues. Yeah, I think I'm down to just smash. Deadweight means they're on a delirium-based build with traverse is a good observation. Again, little clues like that give away like what your opponent's likely to be doing are huge in this format. Someone just tried to veil my Wicked Wolf and they were pretty disappointed. Yeah, I believe that. Oh, Trail of Breadcrumb triggers when Gilded Goose sacks it too. Okay. They are a cat deck. That's cute. Royal Scions looking real good here. Well, that's super unfortunate. Well, that's super unfortunate. That's real good. I don't know. We're still ahead, but just less ahead than we otherwise would be. Yeah, Scions could run the distance here. They're going full speed. They're all alone. Man, their mix of cards is wild. Their last card is Oko. Of course it is. Oh, I could have hard cast the... No, I wanted to play the Brazen Borrower this turn too, right? I actually think we're still okay. I don't know that, like, it's now a close game, but... Oh my god! Fucking layers, man! Fucking layers! Ah! That's a good one to learn during a league, I guess. That's a good one to learn during a league. That's incredibly frustrating. So, for people that don't understand what I mean by layers, if you switch Wandering Fumarole's power and toughness, it switches all the effects that add power and toughness till end of turn. So I switched this and plus Scions on it, but the Fumarole was a 4-3 instead of a 6-1. That's one of those really feel bad type Magic sucks and I wish the game worked in a way that was more intuitive. Yeah, it's super non-intuitive interaction that's bad. Do I still play Standard or only on certain days? I'm not doing any more Standard until the format changes. I'm taking a break until they implement whatever change they make on the 18th. I appreciate the 12 months. It's very poor design. That is a thing where within the way the rules of Magic work, that's working within the rules of the game, but it's one of those instances where the rules should be changed to make the game work in a way that works how players expect it to work. I feel like I'm supposed to just, like, play a card they have to Frilled Mystic. We know they have Frilled Mystic. It got revealed off of the Trail of Breadcrumbs. Trail of Breadcrumbs. Man, the Massacre Girl just massacred us. We were so far ahead this game. It was just not a card I'm ever playing around in a million years. And then, like, the Frilled Mystic, too. The first Frilled Mystic got us, too. I feel like this game was a good example of my opponent won this match because the format's new. Like, in a world, and obviously that's going to happen a lot in this format as it develops, but, like, in a heads-up world where, like, I know what my opponent's deck is doing, or, like, deck lists are heads-up, like, I feel like I'm pretty close to 0% to lose this game if, like, Massacre Girl and Frilled Mystics are on my radar. I could have done a bunch of things different, just, like, knowing that those cards were there that I need to play around them. That's not how Magic works, silly cheese. They have a Cauldron Familiar in their bin here, too. With the switches over, we're probably dead. No, we're not drawing well. We're basically dead. Yeah, I have K-Return, but I don't think I can beat Oven Cat at this point. Yeah, they're basically playing a standard deck with better mana. They've played Thoughtseize and Deadweight. And really, and we've talked about this before, it speaks volume to how powerful the current standard format is. That, like, a lot of decks in this format are just a bunch of standard cards. Correct. Wandering Fumarole only gains toughness from Royal Scion. Deadweight is... I just don't even know what's going on over there anymore. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm so confused. It is. It's awful, Sean. That is how it works, though. All right. He's got thoroughly ground out and slaughtered there. We would have beat 2 Okos if it weren't for that meddling Massacre Girl. Yeah, we get to bring in Dig to grind a little bit. We get to bring in Aether Gust to have a little bit of interaction on the stack. I probably want Stubborn Denial here, huh? I don't know. They don't have that many non-creatures, right? Disdainful Stroke maybe seems okay. Yeah, the way Massacre Girl lined up into Rekindling Phoenix was super unfortunate for us there. No, I think Champion of Wits is good here because this is a matchup where we're going to be going long. So that's why Champion of Wits is in our deck for the games where we're going to be eternalizing in long games. Maybe I don't want K-Return. Let's try this. I don't understand why that's not intuitive. You swap the power and toughness on the Fumarole, so anything that affects power affects toughness instead or vice versa. Because that's not what the card says. the card doesn't, the rules text of the card doesn't relay that, Ridgeld. Like, from a programmer's perspective, if you have something happen, you don't backwards apply anything that happens after that based on that change that happened there. As someone who has a strong programming background, that it's backwards. That wouldn't happen in a piece of software that way. You wouldn't go back and ask, did this change happen a while ago? It's definitely how the rules of Magic work, and as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, that's how the rules of Magic works. Fuck off. Yeah, it works that way on Magic Online because it was programmed to work how Magic works. Yeah, deadweight, the Trail of Breadcrumbs explains deadweight too, right? They're just like playing all permanents. I hate posts like that. Hey Jeff, can you answer the question I asked before? If I didn't answer your question before, it's because I didn't see your question. But now you asked a different question that requires me to like scroll back up. And if you would have just asked your actual question again, instead of saying, hey Jeff, could you scroll back up? Your question would have actually gotten answered. So no. All right. All right. I like how like they're like, no, go back on this other thing, and I didn't ignore you. I promise I love you, and I didn't go out for a pack of cigarettes and ignore you. What happened was I was doing something else and I missed it because I'm fucking human and my activity feed is not working, so I can't actually see what's going on. Oh, look, I refreshed it and now it's back. No, I'm looking at my actual activity feed on Twitch. Thanks for the 2 months, Arpai. Maybe I'm just supposed to jam this there. I don't know, I guess holding up soft stub for a turn 3 Oko is appealing. Of course, they're also not going to run into the soft stub because they know it's there now with the spyglass. Thanks for the tip, Bark. Words from my heart. They need Royal Scions. Which that and creature lands are the only things that this does against us. If I bounce the food, they can sack the food, Tom, and then I don't get my Brazen Borrower. Sure. I think Mystical Dispute's great in this format. I think it's very, very good. Or probably dead. Miss another land drop here. Yeah, I think you're right. Spyglass can technically ignore Eternalize. Yeah, we have a number of graveyard synergies. Like, they just exiled the Phoenix, and I have Kozilek's return. I actually boarded my Royal Scions out. That's funny. It can exile my Rekindling Phoenix, too. I think Ashiok's a fine card to bring in against us. Sweet. Yeah, I can't stub that one. That's fair. They're playing, like, Sultai Trail of Breadcrumbs. It's kind of sweet. They've got, like, Oven and Cat, and, like, almost everything in their deck's a permanent, it seems like. We got punked out by a Massacre Girl in the first game, in a game where we were, like, infinitely ahead. I guess if they're, like, almost out of gas here, hopefully they have Planewalkers we can stub. Sweet. If they're almost out of gas, this Elder Deep-Fiend can, like, hold down the board. Alright, and their hand's empty. So, like, EDF can hold down this board, and then, like, we're 2 lands away from the, when Champion of Wits doing its thing. I don't even know what the opponent's deck is. I would estimate that playing some kind of clunky, grindy card at the top end of my opponent's deck is really bad, because their deck probably already has enough grindy clunk in it. It's possible, like, the food package gives them enough, but, like, I'd wonder, like, what my opponent's deck does against, like, an average draw from, like, the Green Devotion deck. Maybe they have a bunch of deadweights and that's enough. Their build seems neat, but if I were to, like, try and explore, like, what it's going to be good at, I would expect it to be good against decks where you need to go over the top, because they have a lot of go over the top elements in their deck already. Thanks for the tip, Misfits. Can we bump Sultai Scarab God? We definitely can. Thanks for the 5 months, Morcar. Welcome back. Yeah, the Stroke plus Borrower hopefully goes a long way for us here. The Elder Deep Squid doesn't currently accomplish a whole lot on this board, though. This is game 2 and we were down a game. Played into a Massacre Girl that we didn't know about game 1 and got kind of beat up. I guess there's a chance that we, like, punk them out with an end-step Deep-Fiend. They can gain a lot of life here, though, right? They also have a cat in their bin that they can bring back at some point. So they can gain 6 here up to 14. If I play Squid, it gets me to... Oh, I guess they can bounce... They can put the cat back into play and block, though. Do I just Squid anyways? I kind of like just squidding anyways. Aim to please, Infamous. Tap the Spyglass to assert dominance. Nah, it's correct to tap them off land. Yep. Are they dead? No, not quite, right? Because even if I bounce the cat, they're going to 9, but then they can sack a food. So do I want to send the cat back up to their hand here? I could just eternalize the champion. I think I'm probably just supposed to eternalize the champion, right? This lets me draw 4, discard 2. Okay. Well, if we find a second squid, we're going to find all the other ones. Yeah, we want to feed a big play this turn. Okay. Oh, go top deck incoming. Ah, go. Yes, yeah, 100 bits is 1 point, Wilder. Just put which deck you'd like to bump in your cheer comment. They're not all this long and grindy, but there's more long and grindy in this format than Modern, just at a low bar. I mean, Oko would still be the best Planeswalker in the format at 4 CMC. Probably. It'd be closer. How does the cat keep going back to block? They can sacrifice a food to return the cat to play. I think I want to put this on top. I think that's better than our average draw. These have been wild games. That Massacre Girl in the first game was just so brutal. I wasn't sure how I felt about these Champion of Wits. I think 2 feels like a good number. They kind of suck on turn 3, but like in these longer games, having something to eternalize, I definitely can. Wilder, thank you for the support. Voltaic, thank you for the 34 months. Welcome back. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. I'm especially happy I cut the Royal Scions since they boarded in Sorcerer's Spyglass. Yeah, it's going to be the last deck of the day. Is it possible that 4 stubs is too many, or 3 stubs is too many? You want it to be Magma Spray? Nah, I don't think so. I think I want Wild Slash to go to the Dome. Nah, yeah, I want the stub. Yeah, they had Gust and Dispute and Oko. And they ended up both being good there, right? Yeah, Brazen Borrower is one of my favorite cards for sure. This deck's playing a bunch of cards that I really like casting, which super biases my opinion of it. A lot of these are just like, yep, I like those cards. The set's been really good, Squid Squad. We're going to game 3 in the 4th match. We're currently 3-0 in this league. Yeah, we'd have definitely lost that game if Oven had resolved. I think that's accurate. This one, regardless of how this match and the next one finish, this one's going to be getting a run back. Yep, our interaction is also threats is great. Or if you could find room in your couch for 1,000,000 shillings, you could redeem them for the Shillionaire roll. I didn't see that update. That's funny. Sure. They go turn 1 Goose. We stub their turn 2 Oko. Rude. There's also... Thoughtseize is another reason to keep this hand. Like, you just want to keep anything against, keep anything against the Thoughtseize deck. I mean, I guess the card advantage from them that killed them last game. I guess. I actually just don't care about this card, so it can resolve. Yeah, I don't have Fumarole either, though. They named Scion last time when I didn't have Scion, so I assume it's just naming Scion again, which is currently not in my deck. They could name Mutavault or Fumarole, but those aren't big deals. I think they were just playing that out hoping I would snap the soft stub, but I just don't care about this card. How often does the Shilling chest pop up? I believe it's every 5 minutes or 15 minutes. They named Champion of Wits. Okay, so they spent 2 cards to turn my champion off. I guess that's okay. Sure. Hope they play Oko with 1 mana up next turn and we just get to get them with this one. That would be Chef's Kiss. Yeah, I only have 2 champions. And I'm pretty sure that's the ceiling on that card. Yep. Neil Drox, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Well, so they're getting paid off for this play. I think I'm gonna ditch the Stubborn Denial here. Just because, like, they know it's there, so it's a lot less good. It could be worth keeping just because, like, the Elder Deep-Fiend makes it a hard. Yeah, maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Maybe I should have been Gust there. Yeah, probably has Frilled Mystic. I agree. So I'm gonna wait until we can play Deep Friend with 2 up here. So long dig, I hardly knew ya. I don't want to play dig out into a Frilled Mystic here. I think that's a bad line. They're flooding. Would love to draw a utility land here, like a Mutavault or a Sanctum. Yeah, Mutavault and Fumarole is actually probably better than Sanctum at this point. That's kind of funny. We could, like, end step nick this, and then untap and Eternalize. I mean, like, they're not doing anything, right? Like, they're just holding this Frilled Mystic up and slowly dying to my 2/1. Sure. Do I just, like, end step this? Alright, and then I think I just upkeep tap them off of black mana, right? Do we like that? I think I like that. Wild. Weird set. Yeah, I was impressed with our ability to grind there, huh? This deck has a lot more play to it than the blue-green Eldrazi deck does. A lot more micro decisions. Oh, I'm not playing the PTQ. Didn't the PTQ start already? Wait, is this accurate? Does the PTQ not start for 4 hours? That can't be real, right? Is that real? It doesn't start for 4 hours? It's real. They moved it till after the MC coverage. Weird. Yeah, it doesn't start for 4 hours, and if you make the finals, it's going to be a 12-hour tournament. Yeah, I mean, having some that don't start daytime US, that time zone start is probably better for some people in other places. How much do we have to pay you to play in it? $500. It's a real number. I'm tempted. Will you stream it? Yeah, if I play it, I'll stream it. A $500 donation has to come in bits or bits. Let's say bits. That way it can't be charged back. I don't trust large donations otherwise. JAC most likely. Is there immediately a part of your brain that's like, I immediately regret the decision? Nah. Nah, not at all. No, you're not allowed to crowdfund it. Because if you crowdfund it, you'll definitely hit it. It has to be one donation from one person. If you're gonna crowdfund it, it's gonna be higher than that. I understand how the internet works. Ain't new, chat. This ain't my first rodeo. Listen, as someone who took 4 figures to go to a tournament in an owl costume, and I understand the power of the internet. Not chat, listen. Strong Sad is going to stream the tournament tonight. I'm sure other people will be streaming the tournament. Just go watch Todd Anderson. It's fine. Christy's still not feeling well. I'd rather just go hang out. Go hang out with her and make sure the kids are taken care of. Second Ascendancy. Yep, makes sense why they jammed the first one. All right, we don't have a ton of interaction game 1 for this. We're mostly just racing. Although if we don't die next turn, we have a pretty quick clock. How much for Declan to pay the PTU? Declan doesn't like Magic Online. He won't play it. So the opponent's deck, for people not familiar, it's a deck that we've played. So it's centered around this card, Jeskai Ascendancy combo. Then they have the card Sylvan Awakening, which turns all of their lands into creatures. And then they cast a bunch of spells to untap those lands and make them bigger over and over and over again. And then eventually you die to all the lands attacking you. Yeah, game 1, we're basically just pod racing here. These people are great. Buy their stuff. Magic Online definitely didn't just crash my VM. Maybe that's my VM fault. I don't know. Sometimes it randomly crashes. Vitamin String Quartet creates unique instrumental string arrangements of everything from Zelda to Zeppelin. Find them streaming now on services of your choice. BCW Supplies does card supplies, sleeves, binders, deck boxes. Use code HOGLANDIA. Save 10%. MTGO traders would love to help you get into Pioneer on Magic Online. Use code Hoagland PayPal to save 8% on your singles there with them. Cardsphere.com would love to help you turn your cards into other cards or to other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series is a $5,000 tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. They focus on Pioneer, Modern, and Legacies. You should check them out. They do streaming every month as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. All right. And we're back. Got it. Look at that. Shield almost. Shield basically long enough to get back here. All right, so drew another dead card. Let's fire up this. Let's play another Flamewake. Let's attack for 10, and then hope they don't kill us next turn. How do the BCWs hold up long term? Where's my shuffling deck? My shuffling deck takes a lot of abuse. I mean, all sleeves get dirt on them. Like, the reason why any sleeves get sticky and they get those black dots, that's dirt and grime from people shuffling you cards whose hands are dirty. Easily deck of the day, chat. This deck's been superb. Although, the Modern League this morning was actually, like, pretty decent. Alright, opponent gets to look at least 4 cards here to find Ascendancy. Post board, these lightning axes will be cards that do stuff. We played Bant Eldrazi this morning. And the only match we lost was the one I conceded. Yeah, they get to draw a card for their turn, and they can also cast cantrips too. No, it's like dirt and dead skin and stuff. It's not deterioration from the sleeve. Am I dead yet? So the question is, did they have their other combo piece in the top third of their deck? All right, they're casting dig through time here, so they could have land plus the other card. They need an untapped land here plus, oh, and they get to loot twice too. Yes, they're gonna have to, like, not have it in the top third of their deck. And they just discarded an untapped land. So they're just looking for Sylvan Awakening here. So post board in this matchup, we get to bring in 3 stubs, 2 strokes, 3 Aether Gust. Maybe digs as well. We'll see how the ins and outs line up. We have K returns to cut. We have lightning axes to cut. If we'd have been on the play this game, we probably would have raced them, but they're also pretty unlucky to be in this spot, so. Yep. So, the Sylvan Awakening turns all of their lands into creatures. And then they'll just cast a 1-mana blue spell after that happens to untap all of them and attack for lethal. Yep, and we had a counter spell for their first Ascendancy. They just had 2 more. Almost got lucky and they didn't have the Sylvan Awakening in their top whatever, but, you know, needed to be on the play that game. We were going to kill them on our turn 6, and they killed us on their turn 6. I guess Brazen Borrower is actually kind of funny in that matchup, too. You can, like, bounce their Ascendancy in response to, you can bounce Ascendancy in response to them, I think Dig's probably worse than Royal Scions. Yeah, Dig's like the best card in their deck. You wanna counter Dig? Aether Gust this week because it can take. The lands are 2/2s, but Just Sky Ascendancy makes them all 1/1 bigger every time you cast a spell. So I conceded there because my opponent was gonna have 6 4/4s. Their lands are indestructible, so Kozilek's Return cannot blow them out. Gives their lands indestructible and haste, I believe. Are the keywords that card gives. Reach 2 sounds like a green card. The lands randomly gain reach. I'd like to thank everyone for hanging out here this afternoon, by the way. We got 1,300 people, making us the second most watched Magic channel just after the Mythic Championship. Hanging out, playing here on Magic's premier play client. 63% food decks. Can someone please go back and check Cawblade? What was Pro Tour Cawblade? Was there a Pro Tour where people knew what Cawblade was? That probably not actually, right? Because when Cawblade was a thing, the PTs were right after set releases. Yeah, is it worse than Eldrazi Winter? Is it worse than Eldrazi Winter? That's actually higher than I was expecting. Someone asked me earlier and I predicted less than 50% food decks. I do have Displays. They are awesome. I should plug them more. They're great. I need to get one hung up behind me. I got... I'm gonna put the big webcam on because someone asked. I got this sweet Eevee one. They're super durable, and if you get a few of them, they hang up via magnets, so you can easily switch them around your house. It's real. They're really slick. Is a disc plate. They're one of the F2K sponsors. They are metal pieces of wall art, which are super sick. I'm just gonna gust this and use my mana. 69% of players have Oko in their 75. That's actually lower than I was expecting, Brad. Oh, Wandering Fumarole. They have one with the Prismatic Vista artwork. That's sick. Okay. Heads up play on the opponent's part, killing the Phoenix right away. I'm going to end step this Brazen Borrower to get pressure into play here. I think I just hold up Stubborn Denial here rather than bringing back the Phoenix. And get Veil of Summer and Cry. Magic's great. I think we're actually ahead this game, right? So I get to bring this back and then smack for 7 and then upkeep a merge off of it. And then they're actually dead to the creature land next turn. I don't know if this deck is good, but it's definitely great. Oh, I should have tapped the Jeskai Ascendancy. Missed some value. Missed the cheeky BM tap your enchantment. From June 2011 bandings, reasoning 88% of Day 2 of Grand Prix Singapore contain multiple copies of Jace the Mind Sculptor, and 70% of Day 2 decks contain Stoneforge Mystic. The number of Pro Tour qualifiers at independent large events like Star City Games Open Series look very familiar. Listen, chat, we haven't even hit Jace the Mind Sculptor numbers yet. What a bunch of crybabies. Magic players are just too negative. There's not a problem. Oko's not a problem, chat. You just don't innovate hard enough. Jeez, chat, can't you just innovate some more? Oh, this is day 1. That's true. Maybe we'll get to that number for day 2. We could still die here. We could still lose this game. If they have, they can chump block Elder Deep-Fiend and then Fiery Impulse Wandering Fumarole, and then they don't die. I can't believe they let it get this far too. Again, just to make my position abundantly clear, it's not that I think there should never be problems. It's not that I think Wizards of the Coast job it's easy. It's that when there are problems this obvious, I expect them to be fixed. And they really have not gotten fixed. It should not have gotten to this. In my opinion, Wizards of the Coast R&D made a huge mistake by letting this Pro Tour happen with the format being the way that it is. Sweet. Wow, that was a... Man, we could like not even win this set, but like that was a sick game, right? Wait, the Oko ramp was 2 decks out of 3 at the PT, right? And they were 69%. Oko ramp predicted the future, chat. Oko ramp predicted the future. Celebratory Oko ramp video. I'm a 3-mana walker that don't die to fry, don't die to fry, don't die to fry. I'm a 3-mana walker that don't die to fry, don't die to fry, don't die to fry. Guess who's back? Back again. Oko's back. Tell a friend. I've created a monster because nobody wants to see Teferi no more. They want Oko, Tef's chopped liver. Well, if you want Oko, this is what I'll give you. 2 decks out of 3 at the PT. I go free because they say wait and see. You can't drop the Banhammer, not our WotC, because you can't sell Eldraine without me. Now that looks like an elk to me, so everybody just come and see. I'm a +1, not a -3. How'd I get past WotC's R&D? Hey! Here's a concept that works. 20 million other 3/3 elks emerge, but no matter how full the board might be, it'll be so empty without me. Now that looks like a green 3/3, so everybody just come and see. It's a +1, not a -3. How'd I get past WotC's R&D? Na 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 na. Dear. That reminds me, I should tweet that video. I should tweet that video. I think this is keepable. We're like, they go turn 3 Ascendancy, we go turn 3 Borrower, pick it up. We go Flamewake on 3 into Elder Deep-Fiend. We definitely like have better hands than this, but I think this is in the range of keepable. I'm going to tweet the video with the Mythic Championship hashtag after I'm done. After we're done with this match. Stubborn Denial and Aether Gust would be our best draws here. Radio Kappa, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate you supporting my content here. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Liability. That's my rapper name. Lil Liability. It's what my folks call me. The video deserved a sub. I appreciate it. Commune with the gods. That's a sweet one. He says as they brick off. They put no cards in hand. This gets creatures and enchantments. Woof. Yikes. You love to see it, chat. You love to see it. Whoo! Oh. The emerge off the Flamewake, get another EDF, and then bring the Flamewake back and do it again. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss, chat. I guess Commune fills their yard for dig, so that's pretty good. I don't know. They're not just dead, but we're in an okay spot. They could what's it called, right? They could have a burn spell here. I agree that Mythic Championships are more exciting when they're closer to set releases. I also miss that as a player, as a spectator at home. Excuse me. Never played a PT. As a spectator at home, I prefer the Pro Tours where Wonder if they're gonna dig in response here. Okay, yeah, fair. That's a rough beat. Mystical Dispute. I guess I've got a lot of blue cards. Oh, I did not realize that was tapped. I guess it technically doesn't matter, but I definitely did not realize that was tapped. Another dig here. Yep. I'm thoroughly annoyed that WotC touting their post-excellent R&D team is the best ever because they've led to countless mirror matches in standard and tournaments being more. Yeah, I agree. Can't wait for the banner restricted update. Will Oko will survive and Pioneer will become standard? Yeah. Well, I mean, I think this format's already more popular than standard, right? Standard's real bad. Ain't nobody doing that. I'm taking a boombox evident that I didn't. If you want to watch the Oko rap video, it's on my YouTube channel, by the way, folks. So it's all up on the tubes. I agree. I think there's a chance they ban around Oko. And for the record, just for the record, I don't think banning around Oko is incorrect. Like, green as a whole. Wait, did anybody have the stat line? How many decks are green at the Pro Tour? That's even a more important stat line than Oko. What's the percentage of forests in decks? All right, I have Izzet Charm and Brazen Borrower now. I'm not going to EDF them this turn because I want to be able to EDF around Mystic, I think. I don't know. Now I want them to tap lower, and I can make them tap with Izzet Charm and Borrower. Sure. Around 10% aren't green. That's a problem. It's like to call an issue in the biz. Do I fire up Mutavault here? I'll fire up Mutavault here. And then if they do nothing on their turn again, I'm going to... If they do nothing on their turn again, I'm going to end step Brazen Borrower. Sure. They have another one? Killing all of our pressure here would not be great for us. All right. Mutavault lives! He lives! Disdainful Stroke looks pretty silly here. So do I upkeep Elder Deep-Fiend now? I think I upkeep EDF, right? We get Mystical Disputed again. Yep, that's fine-ish. Probably not. We're probably dead here. Alright, so the plan is Cash Giant, bring back 2 Flamewakes, hope they can't kill me next turn. It was a close set. The Mystic Disputes were really good. Attacking our DV. It's possible I should have been more aggressive early, but it's just like, it's impossible to know. It's impossible to know, like, how much interaction is in their hand versus how close they are to going off. And it's possible that in the post-board games I'm supposed to be more aggressive. It's very possible I'm supposed to be more aggressive. If they don't have another land here, the Izzet Charm Spell Piercing is enough. If they don't have an untapped land here, the Izzet Charm Spell Piercing should be enough. Oh no, because they're gonna untap the Caryatid. So if they need Veil of Summer or Mystic Dispute or Spell Pierce. Wait, just another Ascendancy? This is fine, right? What's the thought process behind Borrow instead of Flamewake to emerge? Because I'm dumb. You're right, that would have been better. Yeah, I could have pierced in response to the untap, but I think this... I guess they make infinite mana now, is the issue. Which means my Spell Pierce isn't going to be good enough. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to pierce. Yeah, I think that was dumb. I should have pierced the Ascendancy in response. Yeah, I should have pierced the Ascendancy in response. No, you only reduce emerge by colorless mana. Alright. Probably dead. The problem is, if they have a third Jeskai Ascendancy, they just have infinite mana. No, we went 4-1. We're undefeated at the moment. Yeah, I could have been more aggressive this game. And like tapped out more early and just like made them have it. And maybe with the Brazen Borrower in my hand, that was correct to do. I also very likely should have Spell Pierced, I very likely should have Spell Pierced the second Jeskai Ascendancy, I think. That was also a mistake. I think not Spell Piercing the second Ascendancy was a mistake. No, they discarded an Attune and a Teferi here, right? So they should be good? Yeah. Good games, opponent. I think I get there if I end up being more aggressive. I think I also Spell Pierced the wrong thing at the end there. So there were a couple of things to think on. Like they just said, I underestimated how I underestimated how interactive they were going to be on the play for game 3. So, like, they had at least 2 Mystic Disputes. Yeah, they had two Mystic Disputes. They actually didn't have any Veils. Yeah, the Mystic Disputes ended up getting us. I should have been jamming my birds earlier. I think if we jam earlier, I end up dealing these last 5 points of damage. I was really happy with this deck overall, though. I don't even honestly know that I have any changes I would make to it. I think after playing that, my takeaway would be I need to play some more games before we change anything. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if that's good. Like, dig through time's great. Dig through time's real good. Is the counterspell selection good? Yeah, maybe that's up for debate. Like, are these Disdainful Strokes better than just playing more Stubborn Denials? Like, maybe we're just supposed to max on stubs? Like, if that stroke in my hand had been a stub at the end, like, we also win that game that way? I don't think you register Swan Song before you register for Stubborn Denial. Pretty sure clock stubs so you can win the coin flip more often. Yeah, maybe we try another stub. Alright, this is the part where I time out lazy people making lazy card suggestions. So if you're gonna tell me cards that you think we should play, tell me why we should play them. Yeah, I don't know. I think I need more games with the Scions. The Scions giving trample were super relevant at different points. Another thing that would end up being relevant was this card giving 2 extra power was good because, like, it let Mutavault and Flamewake Phoenix and Brazen Borrower and Champion bring back other Flamewakes. And that was really good. Champion of Wits was good. I don't think I'd play more of them because it's, like, pretty awkward on turn 3. But the games that were going long, being able to eternalize this was quite excellent. I think I'd consider different counterspells over these Disdainful Strokes in the sideboard, but other than that, I think I was pretty happy with what we were doing here. I think a fourth Stubbs probably super reasonable. I think 4K Returns is great. I think there's a lot of creature decks in this format. You want some Abrades? Why? What are we abrading? If anything, I want something that kills Kalitas. I don't really feel like I need Abrade. Yeah, and like, not only does this deck feel reasonable, but like, there were the gameplay was very non-linear, right? Like, there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of interacting. I mean, like, we have counterspells, we can just kill them, we have Brazen Borrower to tempo, we have Izzet Charm to spell pierce, like... Yeah, Torch of Defiance is a card that we talked about, that could be fine. I'm gonna tentatively put a 4th Denial in the sideboard. And then there's a feel free to deal out whatever else you want to do here. All right, that's gonna be it for me for today, folks. I appreciate everybody that hung out through the end. I'm gonna do Mystic Dispute. Sure, yeah, that's the way. Mystical Dispute. That's it. Fifth Stubborn Denial. One Mystic Dispute. There you go. They won't let me play 5 Stubborn Denials, but Mystic Dispute sounds great. It would have helped that last matchup. This is 5 ways to counter Oko when you're on the draw. So I think having 5 ways to counter turn 2 Oko on the draw sounds great. And I like it. All right, I will be back Monday at the latest. I might do an evening stream tomorrow after the Mythic Championship is done. Depends on how Christy and the kids are feeling. We'll see. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I'm going to do one more ad roll. If you want to hang out, if you're a non-sub through that, support the content, great. If not, catch y'all later. Everybody, enjoy your